Good morning, everyone. Welcome, and I'm excited that you are here today. My name, for those who don't know, is Michael Lukens, and I am happy to serve as the Director of Family Ministries here at Emerson. Today is a super special day for us because it is the holiday pageant. We are excited to present the play, The Latke Who Couldn't Stop Screaming. This lighthearted play will warm your heart and send a message of finding where you belong in this holiday season. Let me say, all the kids and the parents have worked super hard to prepare this for you, and I know that you are looking forward to the fun, music, and simple message that this year's play provides.
Hello, I'm Reverend Christina Branham Martin, and it's so good to be with you this morning. We pause now before this lovely, wonderful, fun day to light our chalice. Our chalice is the symbol of Unitarian Universalism, and we also have so many other things to light today. First, Adam Stanger will come up and light our menorah. Last night was the third night of Hanukkah, so we'll light the middle candle and then 3 candles, and the fourth will be lit tonight. Wonderful. We also will light our Advent candles in honor of the Christian holiday of preparing for Christmas. And you might notice also that we have the Kwanzaa candles out. We will not be here in our sanctuary during the week of Kwanzaa, and Kwanzaa is also featured as part of the pageant today. So in honor of tradition of all parts of our religious life, we will light the Kinara today. Next week, we'll be lighting the Yule log in honor of the solstice. It is truly a celebration of light and tradition and ritual today. So many candles, Michael. Good job. Thank you. In the spirit of our community, let's share in our affirmation that we share each week. We need not think alike to love alike. And just briefly turn to your neighbor. We're not going to stand and take a lot of time to mill around the room. Just turn to your neighbor and say, good morning.
Good morning, Emerson. Good morning. My name is Ann Mason, and I'm a member of the Social Justice Leadership Team. One way that we put our loving kindness into action is by partnering with other organizations who work for love, kindness, and justice in the world. Our Share the Basket partner this December is El Refugio. El Refugio accompanies detained immigrants and their loved ones through the dehumanizing process of immigration detention in the United States. The organization recruits overnight volunteers to serve in their hospitality house in Lumpkin, Georgia, sort of in the middle of nowhere where Stewart Detention Center is, where they welcome families who are coming from many miles away to visit their detained loved ones. It's located 2 miles from Stewart Detention Center, and the hospitality house provides weekend accommodation, food, a listening ear, solidarity, and more to those who are visiting. Other volunteers also come to visit those who are detained in the Stewart Detention Center, who have requested a visit either as part of their self-care or because they want to share information as part of a civil lawsuit against the for-profit detention center. El Refugio also provides a helpline for people in the side steward detention and their loved ones, amplifies the voices of those who are detained as part of advocacy, and hosts events to educate people about immigration detention. Last Sunday, we held an ARE where we wrote Christmas cards, holiday cards to those who are detained. El Refugio will get those cards to the detainees at Stewart Detention Center. So for those in the sanctuary, as the basket is passed, please feel free to offer a donation, or you can also look in your order of service for other ways to donate. And for those who are online, go to emersonuu.org, select the Giving tab to donate. All donations, unless otherwise specified, are shared equally between Emerson and our partner organization. So please give generously so that the detainees can be supported by El Refugio and by our congregation. Thank you.
Before we begin the pageant and the sharing of music, we pause for a moment to reflect on the matters of our heart. This morning's ritual, we have the traditional putting in of the stones, and I wonder, Susan, Douglas, you're gonna help me with the stones? Thank you so much. We traditionally put in 3 stones to start our service. The first is in honor of the Muskogee and the Cherokee nations who lived in this land before we were here. We also put in a stone for those who labored on that land in the years after, wrongly. And we also put in a stone, a big stone with lots of weight for those in current conflicts of war throughout the world. And we have quite a few things to share today from our book. The first is please hold my brother Mark in your hearts. He's beginning a month-long grief recovery retreat, and this is from Jane Dillingham. And C. Fambro hopes for your wishes of good luck, just hoping for an exciting, fun, fast, and wonderful speed skating race in Warner Robins today. So may it be a fun day without any injuries. Sharon Sheffield shares that my niece, Natalie Mitchell, underwent a bone marrow transplant a year ago, but now she's back in the hospital after catching RSV at the end of November. They believe it's now developed into pneumonia, and she is doing well, but we hope that with prayers we can lift her back up into health. And the last is by Sarah Raven. Our family started a new tradition this week of starting a Shabbat Friday dinner. May that be meaningful for all of you. We put one last stone in for the things that are still in your heart and that have not been shared yet. May we finish this time with our Buddhist prayer of loving kindness. The words are in your order of service if you need them. we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be free from harm and suffering. May we all be well in body, mind, and heart. May we all be at peace. Blessed be. And now we have song. Let's begin the frivolity.
Looks past opinions, black or white. It seeks to soothe and chooses not to strike. In this sanctuary, we all agree to love alike. To love alike in this our common home, where free thought lives and no one stands alone. At our core, the spark that started life eons before. Life is sustained when hearts are in rapport. Love will restrain the primal brain and disarm war. Will disarm war. We're free and no one stands alone. Trust and goodwill are holy cause to be loved. And so by this, as love insists, shall be known. Quick to forgive and slow to take offense. This is the rule we practice and profess, to lavish love and seek no recompense. His grace that's felt and helps to melt indifference. Indifference, not in our common home, where free thought lives and no one stands alone. Trust and goodwill are all it takes to be loved. And so by this, as love insists, shall be known.
This story ends in someone's mouth, but it begins in a tiny village, more or less covered in snow. The snow had fallen during the long night, during which children had pressed their faces to the windows, looking for the glimpse of a man who they suspected of bringing them wonderful gifts. But instead they heard a terrible noise from a certain cottage in the neighboring arrondissement, a word which here means place where something was being born. This cottage was already regarded with some suspicion, as it was the only place not decorated with flashing colored lights at this time of the year. The thing that had been born was a latke, a word which here means potato pancake. Latkes are a traditional part of the celebration of Hanukkah, a holiday commemorating a miraculous Jewish military victory. Nearly everything in this world is born screaming, and the latke was no exception. Even though the latke wasn't conceived and born the way you and I were conceived and born, but instead was fashioned from grated potatoes, chopped onion, beaten eggs, and a dash or two of salt. Once the ingredients were properly mixed, the latke was slapped into a pan full of olive oil heated to a very high temperature, and this is when it began to scream. The latke was suffering so much that he leapt out of the hot pan and out of the window of the cottage and began to run screaming down the boulevard. This may seem like unusual behavior for a potato pancake, but this is a Christmas story in which things tend to happen that would never occur in real life. The latke ran past a row of flashing colored lights which hung from the rain gutters of a less suspicious cottage.
What's all the ruckus? We're the ones who are supposed to be dominating the neighborhood with our cheerful glow.
I was just thrown into a pan of boiling oil. Can you believe it?
Yes, but we can't imagine why.
Because I'm a latke. The olive oil reminds us of the oil used to rededicate the temple after the defeat of Antiochus by the hands of the Maccabees. The oil was only supposed to last for one day, but a miracle happened, and it lasted for 8. Plus, frying makes my skin crispy and brown.
So you're, basically hash browns. Maybe you can be served next to Christmas ham.
I am not hash browns. I'm something completely different.
Christmas lights are flashing, blinking on, on. Wonder what those lights are thinking on, telling me it's time for singing. La 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 la. There's a light inside of me, just like on a Christmas tree. Christmas lights in the cold, on, off. Red is over green and blue, on, telling me it's time for singing. La 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 la. There's a light inside of me, just like on a Christmas tree. Christmas lights flash in the cold, on. Red is over green and blue, on, telling me it's time for singing. La 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 la. There's a light inside of me, just like on a Christmas tree. There's a light inside of me, just like on a Christmas tree.
I'm trying to sprinkle the night air with my peppermint scent. Your mouth-watering smell, not to mention all that yelping, is spoiling the effect.
My mouth-watering smell is a part of the cozy feeling of Hanukkah. It reminds us that things are better than they were in 175 BCE.
In 175 BCE, the Jewish people were not allowed to practice their religion. In order to study the Torah, they had to hide out in caves. When they heard Greek soldiers approach, they pretended they were gambling with a small spinning top called a dreidel.
Sort of like Joseph and Mary hiding out in the manger. Someone should write a carol about you.
No, I'm not a part of Christmas. It's a completely separate thing. Ugh.
Ooh, look how round it is, just like us.
Well, yes, but
Yes, he can be a gift for the children. Let's put him in the stockings with the other treats.
oh no, I would get mushy in one of those.
Maybe it's soft and sweet like us. I wonder if it's tasty.
Yes.
It's soft, sweet, tasty.
No, not sweet. Well, I am for eating, but ugh.
Oh, look, another fruit from the earth, dug up from the ground to celebrate Kwanzaa, the festival of harvest. Welcome, you are among the first fruits.
Well, I am from the earth, but
You can be eaten, so in order to celebrate the 7 principles of unity, self-dedication, collective work, responsibility, and co-positive economics, creativity, purpose, and faith, you're among us the first fruits.
okay, I respect your principles, but my unity and purpose lie elsewhere. During Hanukkah, we light candles.
Oh yes, the 7 candles for the 7 days. You're supporting the 7 principles.
No, Hanukkah has 8 candles, and it's a completely separate thing. Ugh.
Hey there, I'm afraid that the role of treat for Santa has already been taken.
You're not for dipping.
Well, yes, I am, but perhaps with some applesauce or sour cream.
Oh, well, that's okay. You don't have to, celebrate the Christmas spirit or anything this season. It's okay. We're a Unitarian Universalist family, and we come together to celebrate family, food, just other things in general.
And music and carols.
And presents with Santa.
Have you been a good little, what are you exactly?
I'm at Latke to commemorate the miracle of oil and the freedom of religion.
And one miracle of the holiday season of lights.
The screams of the Latke grew quieter and quieter as the pancake ran out of the village into the surrounding forest. Its utter fury was unabated, a phrase here which means the Latke was still very annoyed at the objects to whom it had spoken. But it was quite tired, so it decided to rest for a few minutes beneath the branches of a little pine tree. The pine tree was napping, but woke up at the sound of an object plopping down at its feet.
Are you a present? Presents are pretty much the only thing allowed to sit beneath me this time of year.
Presents are really a big part of Hanukkah.
The Latke was just too tired to explain that there's nothing wrong with giving gifts to loved ones, of course. But it's more important to light the candles for 8 consecutive nights to commemorate the miracle in the temple and the miracle of victory when you are thoroughly outnumbered, so you shouldn't give up hope.
Hope. Yes, I haven't given up on hope. Everyone hopes for Santa Claus.
Santa Claus has nothing to do with it. Christmas and Hanukkah are completely separate things.
But different things can often blend together. Let me tell you a funny story about pagan rituals.
Some favor latkes and some Yorkshire pudding. All hail kale and some collard greens. And others try every flavor in between. But every taste is given grace in love's cuisine. Again, and every taste is given grace in love's cuisine.
minute to prepare for the holidays, we'll never find a good one.
Don't give up hope just yet. Look, it's perfect.
Beautiful.
Such a marvelous shape.
And its skin looks so crisp. We'll have to reheat it, of course, but this will be perfect for a Hanukkah dinner with a topping of applesauce, sour cream, or even jam.
And all refried in olive oil to remind us of the rededication of the temple.
And the triumph over the Maccabees over the Antiochus.
After hiding in the caves all that time.
What was I thinking bringing this axe?
The family strolled back to the village, walking past all the cottages with flashing colored lights and smiling politely at the candy canes until they reached their own home. The family carried the latke into their home, which was warm and cozy, and sat down at the table, which was lit with the flickering candles of a menorah, which is a branch candelabra designed specifically for the holiday. It's very frustrating not to be understood in this world. If you say one thing and keep being told that you mean something else, it can make you want to scream. But somewhere in the world, there's a place for all of us. Whether you're an electric form of decoration, a peppermint-scented sweet, a delicious fruit, or a source of timber, or even a potato pancake. On a cold, snowy night, everyone and everything should be welcomed somewhere. And the latke was welcomed into a home full of people who understood what a latke is and how it fits into its particular holiday. And then they ate it.
On a day such as this, no grand closing words are needed except gratitude for this community, gratitude for love and care and respect, and all the time and energy put in coming together to make this happen today. We close now with music. We're ready for this lovely gift that has been given to us, this song written about our affirmation.
This time, our lives will rhyme. We'll part as friends. Part as friends from this our common home, where free thought lives and no one stands alone. Trust and goodwill are all across the below. So by this, as love insists, shall be known. We need not think alike to love alike. The heart looks past opinions black or white. It seeks to soothe and chooses not to strike. This sanctuary, we all agree, love alike. Love alike in this our common home, where free thought lives and no one stands alone. Trust and goodwill are all across the below. So by this, as love insists, shall be known. And so by this, as love insists, we shall be known. Go from this place and face to face. Love everyone.
Ooh, it's a little bit of a little juggernaut there. So, before we do the chalice putting out, I have some announcements and some things that I'd like to say. First, I'd like you all to give the kids another round of applause. They did a great job. Also, I would like to say thank you to the band. I know that you worked hard and you are so appreciated. You added so much today. And next, you may not know this, but next is Reverend Christina. She is actually the writer of our play.
Well, adapted from Lemony Snickett.
Oh, adapted from Lemony Snickett, but she is the one, so thank you. And to Bruce, you have my biggest thanks and my biggest heartfelt thanks. You're amazing. All right, lastly, oh, okay. All right, so last announcement. As you know, today's a bake sale, and many of you contributed. There's some yummy stuff out there. We're trying to raise money to go to the youth cons up in North Carolina, and this helps send the kids there. And they get experiences like this up there, and so it's an awesome opportunity. So I am hoping that you will be generous today. We do take check, cash, cards, whatever you got. Will take. But, and I would be remiss if I did not say thank you to the Houseman family for organizing that for us. So say thank you to Pat, Christy, and Emily for doing that. I have to tell you, I am the luckiest guy in the world. I have so much help and support. It's amazing. So I'm always grateful. All right, when we are done, oh, Bruce?
We gotta say thank you to Keith.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Keith. All right, so parents and family and friends, when we dismiss you, please feel free to come get autographs, take pictures, say congratulations, and do all of that. And then, guys, when we are done with your fan base, okay, remember to take your costume back to our 2 stage managers, Matt and Emily, who did a great job. They'll be back by my office door that's in the end of this hallway right here. All right? All right, are we done then? Yes. All right. So, everyone remember to go out this door to do fellowship when you want, but buy cookies first. All right, go now in peace and take peace wherever you go.
1, 2.